Welcome, students, to another lesson using Autodesk Inventor Professional 2022. This lesson will be to demonstrate how to create a imaginary space probe. It's my own design. You can create your own design after looking at some space probes on the internet. So once you open the Inventor Professional interface like this, start working. Once you've exposed this interior window, make sure you just close this interior window by clicking the X on the right side. Click. And then you'll start a new standard IPT and click the Create button. This project's a lot of fun. Get to experiment with different materials. Anyway, start a 2D sketch on the XY plane. And much like the other projects, I want to make it about 8 inches tall. So I'm going to make a line segment up the y-axis. And then as I move up the y-axis, I'll hit 8 on the keyboard and enter. And then I'm going to use the pan tool, and I'm just going to bring down a bit of an angle line and hit escape. It's very easy. There's no right or wrong number with this little line segment. Just understand that it's the inside of a satellite dish. And then I'm going to create an arc here. Make sure that arc isn't too dramatic. And then at the end of my arc, I'm going to create another arc, which will be a small detail at the edge of my satellite dish. And then I'm going to click a third arc, click here and about here, and then just make sure those two arcs are roughly parallel with one another. Now, this is just for fun. You can create the shape of your dreams. I'll give it this retro look. In this section here, oops, just go Control Z. I'm going to create a heavier section in the middle through which some aluminum poles will traverse, and then that will be where my solar panels will reside. I'm going to add a cone here for fun. Thruster. All right, so any fun shape will do, and then you'll finish sketch and revolve around the central axis. And there's the beginning of my space probe. At this point, I'm going to create a plane right through the middle of my probe. So select plane. It just turns blue, nothing will happen. You have to move to the left to where this origin button is. Click the plus sign, find a plane that faces you, click, this is the XY plane, and then I'm going to grab this yellow handle. With my left mouse button, I'm going to click and push until I see a 0, and then I'm going to hit the check. You can just verify that that goes right through, and then it's slicing right through my probe. I'm going to return it to the front view and start a 2D sketch on this perimeter line. Click. And here's where I'm going to create a rectangle, and it will just be a thin rectangle. I'm going to hit escape and make it a little thinner. Maybe I'll bring it down right to the middle here. I'll bring this down. And then finish sketch and revolve. You can see how it turned blue, and then I want to select this lower line as my axis. Click. And okay. And that created an aluminum alloy pipe sticking right through the middle of my probe, which will hold my solar panels. So once again, start a 2D sketch right on this plane that you've made. Click. And I'm going to just make 2 rectangles right above. Use the guidelines to help you draw. It's just for fun. It's a concept drawing. There I have it. Now I'm going to finish sketch and extrude. When I extrude, I'm going to select the 3rd option. So first I'm going to select the profiles that I want. And over here where it says direction, I want to hit the 3rd option. Click. And then I'm just going to pull until it looks like I have a solar panel. And then click OK. Now, another fun thing to do is also add extra details while you have this plane still here. You can start a 2D sketch, click here, and I'm going to create another rectangle. How about right here? And on the bottom of this, I'm going to create a little nozzle shape. Click. And then trim the center section, finish sketch, and revolve around this axis. And there I have a little retro thruster. And start a 2D sketch, click on this XY plane. I can also, let's say, put a cylinder here. 1, 2, finish sketch, extrude both of these items. And turn them a little bit so you can see what you're doing. You want to go left and right and just grab this arrow, bring it in. Click OK. I have no idea what these are. It's just an imaginary concept illustration. Now I'm going to right click on this plane and turn the visibility off. I'm going to start a 2D sketch on top of my solar panel and create some other small rectangles. Just for fun. You can always use the guidelines to help you create those little interior squares. And then finish sketch and extrude. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to cut and you want to change the distance to like 0.05 or maybe 0.1. 0.1 would be a good number. Click OK. There you have an imaginary 3D space probe concept. I'm also going to start with chrome polished for the entire project, and then select and hold the shift key. I'm going to select these interior panels here. I'm going to I'm going to go up to the top where I can see these, say, 1-inch squares, mosaic blue. Click those. Those look nice for solar panels. Maybe here, hold the shift key here. Maybe down here and here, possibly hold the shift key here. So I've selected a number of surfaces and I'm going to change those to hot metal 1400. There you go. And here, 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 change it to hot metal 1600, 1800. You decide, you experiment, 2400. Ugh. All right. I think everything's fine. Maybe right here around this surface, I'm going to click on this little detail surface that I created and possibly change it to chrome polished black. Yes. Now this is my final image, 3D model. That's my final 3D model. So the next thing to do is put a background. So you go to Tools, and select Application Options, and then select Colors. Boop. And then instead of light blue theme PNG, look into this folder here with the magnifying glass. And once you've selected it, you can find the default background called Galaxy. Click and click Open and Apply. You should get a pop-up that says Failed to Create. You just click OK, and then you'll find a background. And that looks very nice. So what I want to do is now go to View. Instead of orthographic view, which is the modeling view, you want to change this by clicking this little arrow and click Perspective, Visual Style Realistic, and then hit Ray Tracing and see what you get. So let's just rotate it. You decide how you want to rotate this in space. Maybe click away one click. I'm going to disable my ray tracing for a moment. Move it into an advantageous position. And then click ray tracing one more time. Should you be happy with this scene and after ray tracing, I suggest you hit print screen, or in your case, you probably would Control Shift Camera. And what I'm going to do is just do print screen, and then you'll crop it down and turn it in for assignment credit. I'm pasting it down, and I'm going to crop it down as you can on your Chromebook. Crop. That's the image you're going to want to turn in for assignment credit. Good luck.